You know, it's a shame we don't start these podcasts off earlier because I think the stories we tell before the podcast are funnier than the stories we tell during.
I have all these fantastic ideas that I just have to voice. I can't.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to Threading and Dreading. We're actually, we're pretty full tonight. I'm shocked. We actually, with the exception of, sadly, Kim,
The girl next door.
We have everyone here tonight. It's the first time.
Mike's full. Yeah. It's a fucking sausage fest.
I love sausage. Speaking of which, Broadsworth at Oktoberfest was awesome.
Oh, hell yeah, it was. But, you know, you people need to fucking go to Oktoberfest.
I don't
Oktoberfest
drink
is...
I
beer.
went last year.
And did you like it?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh,
Also,
okay then.
I think I had work.
Well, no, I remember
But
when I
Dorks
told...
is not one of
It
those
is-
sausages.
It is where I found my Berry Wise beer, though.
It is.
Okay.
But I remember when I told Paul about it, he said, okay, you're telling me to go to an area where there's a ton of beer, a ton of Germans, and very loud people.
Right.
I don't like any three of those things.
I don't like any of that.
But there's food.
I do like that. You
And the
didn't tell
food
me
is
there was
delicious.
food.
And they're sausages. You can't say you don't love
I
sausages.
do love sausages.
And
Well, there you
there's
go.
guys in Lederhosen.
Lederhosen.
Lederhosens.
I
And
don't
some
like
of those are
Lederhosen.
very nice.
Well,
and
then you
tight.
you can go there and take off the Lederhosens and just have the guy.
And there are all kinds
See,
of
I
shapes.
feel like you should have had Robin sell
I
it.
think- I should have just gone
caters
into.
to Paul's wants.
He knows.
I should have just gone into advertisement.
It's not
So-
too late.
Let's go around the room and introduce everybody. To my left, we have...
Robin.
What is your online name, Robin?
The
Come
Boy
on.
Wonder.
Was a Confucius.
The Boy Wonder. Oh my god, that works. I like that. We should just call you the Boy Wonder. But no, his...
Well, he was Robin one year for
I was.
Halloween.
Yes, he was.
Was what, Robin last year? No.
No, 2
2
years
years
ago.
ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago, you're Robin.
Oh, so I guess if he can do it, then the guy from Glee could be Nightwing.
Yeah, sure.
I
But
guess.
no, you are Confucius 2.0.
I am Confucius 2.0.
Correct. Providing our little philosophical insights and our historical information for each
Indeed.
podcast.
There's some historical information that I can't research because somebody doesn't have Wi-Fi.
Yeah. For those of you who have been waiting for these podcasts, it's because the internet in my house, yeah, it's been down for about a week and a half.
In this
My
day,
apologies for that.
In this day and age, we like harp on Alison for not having a smartphone, but you know, you kind of can't
But this
live
idiot
without
doesn't have Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Well, I didn't have Wi-Fi until about 7 or 8 months ago. I didn't get Comcast until then. Which, by the
You know
way,
what you should
Comcast
be
get on your
doing?
shit. What?
Since your internet's been down, you should be rating and taking away from my monthly bill. For
I
every
should.
day.
I really
Yes.
should.
You should
There
be
you go.
complaining every single day you didn't have internet and be like, well,
That-
you need to prorate it.
Yeah.
See,
Mm-hmm.
Alison's Amish. She doesn't even use real technology, and she knows how to handle these situations
There
better
you
than you.
Very nice.
You know, it was like that show, like the Amish Mafia.
Amish
got-
Oh,
Mafia.
God.
Yeah.
Amish Mafia. I
Alison's
have
gonna
a
show with
feeling
her
that show
boomstick.
is so phoned in. It looks so fake. It really
is.
does.
The whole thing is
Ugh.
fake.
Watch what you say, otherwise he's gonna come after
Yeah.
you.
By the way,
Living in an Amish
if any of you get the
paradise.
chance, when you go up to Lancaster, there's this great place called Shady Maple. Anyone ever been to Shady Maple?
Shady Maple is
That's the buffet place, isn't
astounding.
It is
Yes.
so fucking good.
It's not a buffet. It's a smorgasbord.
And it's
It's a
so
smorgasbord.
good.
It's
Oh my god.
Heaven. It's also probably considered
But
hell,
and if you
actually.
go on your birthday, you get in for free. That is the coolest fucking thing. And my birthday this year is on a Saturday, so I am going to Shady Maple.
That sounds so shady.
So instead of taking me to Shady Maple, Steve, you decided to take me to New York to a Broadway play and then to a restaurant where they served me meat on a stick?
Yeah.
No, wait, I win. Sorry.
But next to Robin, we have
3-star Sapphire.
correct, and she was more kind enough to join us tonight. She's not drinking. Oh, thank you, Robin.
My apologies. If I have a beer, I will be out by the time we actually start talking about the movies,
Yeah,
which will be in about, 45 minutes.
yeah,
Just say,
probably.
like, do we, what?
Talk about movies? What?
talk
Who
about
talks about
movies.
movies? What are you threading and dreading? I don't know.
I'm still waiting for the last podcast because I was so fucking racist. It was
Oh, man.
ridiculous. Like, white supremacists are going to be coming me for advice.
At the end of the last podcast, we basically said there had to be a disclaimer at the end of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
because
God.
he offended everyone in that podcast.
But if you
he
offend
held
everybody
out for no one.
equally, I mean, can everybody really be offended?
Oh, everyone.
If you,
Everyone.
I mean, wasn't that like the point of Mel Brooks?
Yep, count the truth. And next to Alison, we have
The superhuman aficionado.
hey, how you doing? And he brought his buddy,
My boyfriend. Okay, I'm sorry. Mike's dad is here. Say hi, baby.
Hello.
It's his boyfriend, Steve.
This is Paul's friend. His special friend.
Is
it's
that gonna?
special.
Well, no. Well, since Steve's
just
been
a
here
bit-
several times now, what's our name gonna be for Steve?
Spag.
What?
It's gonna be what?
That's just what he goes by.
Spag.
Yeah, it's his initials.
Spag. Okay.
He's a cornball like that.
Okay. Spag. All right. We got Spag in the corner. If you watch Chelsea lately, he's our Chewy. Hey, no.
No.
Not
I
in
like
the sense that you're a little short Mexican, in that you just sit in the corner and you don't say too much. That's all.
But every now and again, we're going to reference you, and you have to say the most inappropriate thing you can
Correct.
possibly think.
Exactly. So you better be thinking up shit.
Yeah, constantly.
He's like,
You basically
"No,
live with me.
no."
I'm sure you've caught on.
For all his viewers at home, he's just nodding. No. No.
So what's everyone been up to? Robin has been breaking up riots at UD recently.
Hold on. Who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I is not important.
That's no, you're right. Anyway, about your riots.
Right. I
truer
don't think we
statement
can
ever.
get too far into it, but I'm sure some of you have been listening to.
Robin, you haven't gotten
Either-
smacked, have you?
No.
Oh man, I've been schmacked ever since.
I'll smack you. I'll smack you right on your arse.
That's
But
fun.
Ro-
can
People say to me all
mollywop
the
'em.
time.
I wanted to talk about this
Well,
because
that doesn't sound fun.
I want to talk about this because I know there's only so much you can probably talk
Robin,
about.
I'll come at you like a wrecking ball.
I expect nothing less.
For those of you who don't know, a couple of weeks ago at University of Delaware, a group on YouTube called I'm Schmacked showed up to campus. Now, I don't know a whole lot about the group. I know enough to know that they just go to campuses, record people, and they're just a bunch of fucking assholes. That's really all I know. But apart from that, the kids moved up campus, caused a ruckus, caused a what they're now calling a near riot. They were calling it a riot for a while. Now they're just calling it a near riot. And then it dispersed. Now, the thing about this is, Robin is a UD police officer. We obviously don't want to put Robin under the bus here, and make him talk about things that he can't talk about, but can you shed any light on it, Robin?
No, I mean you just said pretty much what the group was about. They go around and do a video documentary on different students and pretty much the average life of a college student, but they selectively pick out what schools they go to.
Yeah.
And majority of them are all party schools.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't say University of Delaware is a party school per se, but it has that reputation.
It used to have that reputation. When we were there, it was still a party school, but they really put a lid on that while we were there. But now it seemed
Maybe you saw the lid on it. I saw the not so lidded areas.
Uh-huh.
Because I knew a lot of people that partied.
Oh, well, I mean, I partied, but you have to remember I went to band parties.
parties.
Thanks,
Let
Paul.
that be known. Band parties.
One time at band camp,
Oh my god, one time at band camp.
we stuck a flute in my ass and then they played it. It was a beautiful symphony.
I'm sure we're picking you up somehow. By the way, Paul's back in the kitchen getting his White Russians
pick you
refilled.
He's making me a drink.
I just want to chat about this real quick. Kind of a small current event thing, because we haven't really talked about it since it occurred. Fuck these guys. People are trying to defend I'm Schmacked. Fuck them. Fuck them all. These people came to campus, and I don't care what you say, because they put out tweets that they were going to show up, no one was prepared for them. And because these guys showed up where they did and how they did, they caused a riot.
There was a thing on Facebook that would... Robin, don't poke me in the face with it.
Robin,
thought that's what
Robin
you
is sharing
liked.
his mic right now because he's still getting White Russians.
I don't speak with my mouth full.
That is not polite, but very good.
But he hums.
Terrible man. But there was like 11 faces on Facebook of the people in the videos.
Yes.
And they're trying to find. Apparently they found 4. I
They
think.
found a decent amount. Yes, there was the guys
And
who
it's all
hopped
like
on.
the weirdest pictures too. Like I'm just gonna have to go up to somebody and be like, "Excuse me, can you make the most obnoxious face you possibly can?" No, that's not you. Sorry.
Well, yeah, there was 11 faces put up by UDPD, and then there was a couple of the I'm Schmacked people who they arrested. Then there was the 2 people who jumped on top of a Mustang. One of them turned himself in, but the other one hasn't been found yet.
No, they found both.
Oh, they found both.
I think, they put out the
images of them in the
images
video,
and then the news article that they captured both.
Okay, good. Well, good.
You've been
Because
schmacked.
I just don't get this. This is almost like the newest version of Girls Gone Wild. Am I the only one who feels that way?
Well, that's pretty much like if you want to compare it to that, where Girls Gone Wild is like a specific like group that they're trying to focus on. Of course, college age girls that want to be on this video, and all they're doing is documenting them doing their wild sexual escapades and stuff.
Allison, can you speak to this?
No.
No?
Sorry.
No,
You've never gone wild?
No.
She went to engineering parties.
She had to sign
Dude,
something.
I know some engineers who drank.
I know
all
some
the
band
time.
members who drank.
Who I don't even know how they ever
Jesus,
actually
Robin.
passed their
Dude, if you're gonna
classes.
burp, just pull the mic away, for God's sake.
Oh, sorry.
It's ambiance, Mike.
Pull out a
Ambiance.
little.
Pull out a little. I'm sorry, Allison. We'll continue.
I'm just saying, like, some people can drink very well and still function.
Oh, I can attest to that.
I came at you like a wrecking ball.
All right, that's it. You're flagged.
I can't care.
How many Russians is that?
2.
Wanted a sip.
So,
No, hold on, though.
Okay.
Because I didn't know that was a Miley Cyrus song until yesterday on the radio.
That
I
what
saw
was?
she has a song called Wrecking Ball, but
Oh.
I saw it on YouTube. I don't know who posted it, but there's this group called King the Kid, and they do a cover of it, and it actually sounds really good. So
I
yesterday,
remember you talking about this, yeah.
yesterday on the radio, I'm like, this song sounds familiar. Why does this sound familiar? Who is this shitty little girl doing a cover of this song that I like? What song is this? And then I heard the chorus, and I'm like, oh.
Oh no.
And then I was telling Steve, I put on the King the Kid version, and I'm like jamming out, and there are these girls next to me, and they roll down their windows, and they're singing to it with me, and it like ends, and then they like smiled at me, and they're making faces. I wanted to be like, I like cock. Leave me alone. Go. Do you have a cute brother? What's your boyfriend look like? There are 2 girls at my work, and their boyfriends are both like stockier guys, and they're like, "What do you think of my?" I don't know why girls do that. When they find out you're gay, their first thing is like, "Oh my god, what do you think of my boyfriend?" Because apparently they want me to fuck their boyfriend.
Yeah.
But the one is like, "Oh my god, what do you think of my husband? Look at him. Here's a picture of him holding our child that we conceived when his penis was inside of me." And I'm like, "Yeah, he's hot. I'm gonna fuck your husband." And she's like, "What? Well, why did you show me the picture?"
What do you expect her to say? I
Right?
don't
Like,
get that.
oh my god, what do you like? Do straight people show other guys their wife like, "Yo, would you fuck my wife? Would you, look at how hot my wife?" What do you want to say? No, yeah, dude, yeah, that's a great score. I respect your relationship. Great job. No, I'm gonna fuck your wife. That's what you say. And you're like, yeah, no, but yeah. And then the other girl's like, "Oh my god, what do you think of my boyfriend? He totally looks different because he's like 29 years younger." And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like 17. He's still a little porker. And she's like, "What do you think of him?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna fuck him too." She's like, "What?" I'm like, again, what did you want me to say? And she's like, "I don't know." And I'm like, "No, you know what? Just so I'm not offending anyone, I'll fuck them at the same time. Give them my address. We'll get this done in one night." And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "I've got a job to do. I gotta go clock in."
Yeah,
When I show off a picture of my boyfriend, I expect you to say, "Yo, I want to fuck your boyfriend." I'm like, "Yo, so do I."
I feel like we should call the first 10 minutes of this show Paul's Escapades.
That wasn't even escapades. That
Or
was terrible shit Paul has
supposed
said to random
escapades.
people.
What grinds Paul's gears?
You know what really grinds my gears?
Nice.
Rust.
But, on a side note, talking about, you heard this cover song, then you heard the original version. I had a little cousin who heard the Alien Ant Farm version of Smooth Criminal, and they loved it. Had never heard the Michael Jackson version.
Neither had I.
Then they heard it, they're like, "Who's this old guy covering Alien Ant Farm?"
Who's this old child
Oh, God. Instant facepalm.
Well,
Let me teach you.
For a while, like I really liked Michael Jackson's songs. I just didn't like Michael Jackson's voice. So I'm like, I love it when other people perform your stuff.
Very nice.
He never had anybody cover, or nobody ever covered Billie Jean, and that's actually my favorite Michael Jackson song.
Interesting. Well,
'Cause
I'm
it's
sure someone
like-
will do that someday. There's
maybe
probably some
I'll do
covers
it.
out there of it.
I'll do it. Robin, learn an instrument. Let's do it. You're just not allowed to sing because William Chung. We found out what happened.
Who's William
He's a
Chung?
drummer. He doesn't play instruments. He's a drummer.
Good. William Chung. He was on American Idol.
I'm sorry.
And he was like, she bang, she bang. And they kept him on the show because of how fucking terrible he was.
She bang, she bang.
And then they gave him a record deal.
William Chung
Oh, it was bad.
is actually not the American Idol person.
William Hung.
There you
There you go.
That's what I said, isn't it?
No,
No,
you said
no.
William Chung.
Oh, whatever. It's all the same. William Lang.
Oh, not only do you all look alike, all your names are the
All your
same.
names are the same. William Chin.
go. Close.
William Sang.
Well,
They're all the same.
I'll get it right eventually. Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee. Come on, I get it right.
Yeah, Jet Li. When he was on American Idol, remember?
God.
I'm sorry, Jet Li. Please don't find me.
Oh, Jesus. To finish up our original topic, because, we digress, obviously.
We had a
Wait,
top-
we had
Robin-
a topic?
Robin, did everything work out all right? Were you safe?
Oh, schmacked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Full circle.
Full circle!
and we've connected.
And the last horse crosses the line.
This is what happens when you cross the beams, boys and girls. You can't do it.
Robin, did you make out okay?
Yeah, I think it made out all right. I think,
All right, good.
we all responded
Were you there that
fairly
night?
well.
I don't want to have to make him talk about too much, but the important thing is
some
that you
cream,
got out
you'll
of
be
there
okay.
safe, and that those kids are just a bunch of fucking assholes. And what I said with Robin was that one thing you have to remember is, I remember talking to some current UD students, and half of them I spoke to didn't even know what I'm Schmacked was.
I still don't know what I'm schmacked.
I mean, half the people I spoke to don't know what it is. So I like to think that, of the 1,000 or so kids that were there, probably only about half of them were UD students. Because this is a young generation thing. These were underage kids. And I'm not just saying just UD students. I mean, like, kids could have been coming from anywhere. Because when you put out a tweet saying, we're going to be at Delaware, it's not just going to be UD students who show up. It could be Delaware State. It could be Wilmington University. It could be Widener. It could be any number. It could be Del Tech. Just anyone from Delaware is going to show up, including high schoolers. They just want to get in and be on video. Because Americans go apeshit whenever there's a camera around.
Steve, I want to get in and be on video. What's up, baby? Yeah, all right. Let's do it. I got the wink.
But
Means I got to get a video camera on my way home.
it,
Robin
it,
grabbed
it, just,
the iPad.
it boggles my mind. And I don't blame the UD students. I don't blame the police officers. I don't blame the administration. I don't even blame the kids who, were hosting the party, because it was, I think the rugby team's been suspended now. Was that right? It was called
Has
the
been
Rugby House. It was being
disciplined.
held at the
Yeah.
Rugby
It-
House.
They
party,
were
yeah.
disciplined, and they've been, I guess, suspended and no longer able to hold any
Events of some sort, yeah.
and get gatherings together on campus.
Yeah. Yes, Paul.
Why did,
you have to raise your
raised his
hand. You can
hand.
just
why
talk.
did nobody tell me that there was a rugby team at UD?
There's always been a rugby
Because it's
team.
common knowledge.
I didn't know that because I don't go to UD and I never went to UD, but
What, do you like rugby?
I like rugby players.
Nice.
There's a rugby team, Paul.
I'm sure that
Go.
there's a valid sport.
I mean,
and,
sorry.
like,
And they're all very available because they're not going to be doing a whole lot in the coming months.
Exactly. Let me update you. Sorry,
Want to go to some rugby tryouts? Let's do it.
there will be no rugby trials.
There will be no rugby tryouts. They're just going to be sitting on ass.
Yes, there will.
You
be.
can hold
Oh,
your
they'll
own
be sitting on
tryouts.
something.
Oh, but bump.
Zing.
But has anyone else had anything going on?
Let's talk about something less depressing.
True.
This weekend, Steve and I are going to go drive in circles.
Huh?
Are you going to
Yeah.
Baltimore or Washington?
No,
Driving all those
people
traffic
with
circles?
sports cars, they drive for the sake of driving. Which now I have a car that I actually enjoy being in, so I'm kind of understanding that a little bit. But like, they don't drive to go somewhere; they drive to be in their cars. And we're driving around. Where are we going, honey? Here, you talk.
Bear Mountain.
We're going to the Bears in the Mountain.
Oh,
New
how
York.
Oh my god.
how what's it? What's that word? How
Convenient, funny.
Quaint?
What are you trying to say, Robin? Come on.
Pleasant?
I don't
Because
Spit it out, Robin.
I'm just gonna drink my beer.
I think Robin was insinuating that you're a bear, and that you're going to the mountains.
How fitting.
There you
Yes,
go.
how fitting.
My bear's in the mountains.
Very nice.
Sorry, my English vocabulary is quite
You can put
limited.
your bear on the cave.
It's my first language, but
Yeah, I'm sure you didn't speak a lick of English until probably he was 5. We started going kindergarten, maybe.
Kindergarten? Well, they couldn't understand me in kindergarten.
Can't understand
see?
you now.
And then first grade.
Well, we can understand you only micro better than Ben.
Oh.
Yes.
We need to stop picking on Ben in these podcasts.
No, we don't. He's easy to pick on, and it's funny when he gets mad at me. Although I am gonna end up getting home one day, and like Appa's gonna be dead.
Nice.
The
Okay,
mic
no,
was
no,
down,
that's
the
better,
mic was
Robin. You
down.
burped away from the mic that time. I appreciate it.
All right, no more burping.
Thank you.
I'll try farting next time.
Okay.
Make sure
Appreciate
you
it.
hold the mic right there so it feels the wind.
Oh, Doesn't matter if the mic is going to be here or not. Everybody's going to feel it.
I'm gonna end up cutting out all of this. Thanks.
Nah, dude, come on. I need something funny to listen to at work.
If he does it, I'm out of here.
Yeah, it's dangerous. We'd all better evacuate if I fart.
Alison, how have things been down at Slower Lower?
Good.
Good.
Is that what he calls your vagina?
No.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
You're awful, Paul.
That would be the greatest nickname for a vagina ever. I mean, terrible, but it's fucking funny.
Oh my God. Paul.
I think Paul's crying.
I think we broke Paul. Jesus Christ. Oh, we broke Robin too. We broke everybody. Alison, I apologize.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
All right. So, how's the snake charmer?
Oh,
Wait, no, you're the snake charmer. How's the snake?
He's good.
I love family-sized Cheerios.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I thought we had established that he was the snake charmer, not that she was the snake charmer.
If he's a snake charmer, he's gay.
Oh, okay.
She's
I
the
would
one
have to
charming the
agree.
Snape.
Snape?
Little Harry Potter coming through.
Harry Potter.
If there's a Snape charmer.
No snakes.
Fuck Alan Rickman. He's not really like hot. It's just like one of those things you'd be like, I fucked Alan Rickman. People are like, oh shit, really? I'm like, yeah, fuck Alan Rickman. You're like, oh, all right, that's cool. Why?
But no, haven't you seen Dogma? He's ill-equipped.
All right, so he can't fuck me back. I'm watching a lot about Big Bang Theory, and I keep wanting to say Bazinga, but I'm fighting it really hard.
I would like to let you know we are missing the new episode right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Actually-
I don't care that
Yeah.
much. Oh, here's something we can talk about. Bum, bum, bum. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. What, motherfuckers? Did you see it?
I did not.
You didn't see it?
We were watching Face Off.
Leave the room so I can discuss it.
You can still discuss it.
It was great.
I've heard good
They
things.
mentioned the Avengers,
Okay, as expected they would.
and they tied it into Iron Man 3.
Okay. How so? Like Mandarin or
No.
I speak
So
Mandarin.
the black guy,
Extremis?
yes, the black guy who has superpowers
Uh-huh.
isn't really relevant. He's got this thing.
There was rumored he was
gonna
going to be
die.
Power Man, right?
No, he was never rumored he was going to be Power Man.
Okay.
It was like for 30 seconds, like, is the black guy in Luke Cage? And they're like, nah, dude, he runs too fast.
Okay.
It was rumored he was going to be Rage.
Oh, okay.
So far, it looks really good. My friend Steve, not my boyfriend, but my friend, he fucking complained. He was like, I don't like that they're introducing all these characters so quickly. Only the people who read the comics know them. And I was finally during a commercial. I was like, hey, Steve, guess the fuck what? And he's like, what? I was like, these characters are created for the show, so shut your fucking hole.
Seriously? It's the first episode.
And he was like, oh, really? All of them? I was like, yes. And he's like, even Coulson? I was like, no. Actually, Coulson was made for the movies. And he's like, oh. So he's not in the comics? Well, he's now. But, yeah, the team looks cool, and it has that super spy feel where there's all kinds of crazy tech.
Cool.
It looked fun.
Interesting. Well, I'll have to check it out.
And Coulson's really cool because he's really sporadic. I won't ruin that. But, like, he gets things done in a really different kind of way. Like, he's like, oh, you're going to tell us everything. But how he gets people to tell you, I don't think that's protocol. But no, okay.
Interesting. All right. Well, getting into the news I looked up. Now, I want to mention... Well, let me start that over. Has anyone seen a foreign film called Troll Hunter?
No.
I've never watched it, but I've seen the movie at work.
I forget if it's a Norwegian or Swedish horror film, but it's a first-person film. So right up your alley, Paul. It's actually a very good foreign film.
Like, it's a HUD movie?
Yeah, it's a HUD film.
Okay.
And Kim and I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's on Netflix if you want to check it out.
Oh, that's where I've seen it.
Yes, it's on Netflix, and I would highly recommend it. It's actually getting an American remake, which I'm kind of at odds about.
Is Nick Holt going to be in it?
No.
Oh.
But the director is going to be Neil Marshall. He directed The Descent and Doomsday, which I've never seen Doomsday, but I have seen The Descent. Have you seen The Descent? Anyone?
No, but I think I've seen Doomsday. Was Vin Diesel in Doomsday?
Possibly. I don't know. I really don't know much about Doomsday.
If it was, then I did.
Okay. This is a solid director. He's going to be attached to this project, and he's going to both write and direct for an early 2014 shoot. I don't know. I don't like that, they're picking up another found footage foreign film. I mean, because here's the thing. Have any of you seen Quarantine?
Yes.
You saw
Deb was in that.
What?
Deb was in Quarantine.
Yeah, she was. And did you like Quarantine?
It was all right. Wasn't terrible.
I enjoyed it, but I enjoy the original much more. Wreck, the original Spanish horror film.
I started watching the second Quarantine, but I never finished it.
I've never seen. Is that the one that takes place on a plane or something?
Yeah, like I
Ugh.
don't remember whether or not they take off. I stopped watching it before that point. But it starts with they're watching news footage of the first movie,
Interesting.
which is pretty cool.
But Wreck 2 doesn't take place on a plane. That's the weirdest thing. Wreck 2 is actually, I think, much better than the first Wreck because it ties it into a way for like rage zombies that you would never expect.
Fuck is Wreck?
Wreck is short for record.
Oh.
Okay, and that's what the original film was. It was Wreck, which Wreck was remade into Quarantine. Then they made Wreck 2, and Wreck 2 was really fucking cool, but then they made Quarantine 2, and it had nothing to do with Wreck 2. It was like they did a sequel to the first Quarantine and didn't tie it in at all. Now they made Wreck 3, and Wreck 3 was awful. It's like this self-aware thing. I was like, oh, God, whatever. But I don't like what they're doing with this. I'm sick and tired of seeing foreign films being made into American horror films. Why can't we just re-release the originals in America? Am I the only one who's thinking that?
Yes, because they're not going to make any money.
Well, fuck it. Alison, it looks like you are going to sleep already.
Told you this is why I'm not having a beer. It's been a long week for me at work.
I don't know. I feel like if Kim was here, she can contribute on this. I feel like she's the only other one in the room who would have seen Troll Hunter. But I'll see this, but I just don't like the fact that, because it had to deal a lot with Norwegian and like Scandinavian lore with trolls,
Right.
which I thought was cool. They dove into that, and this film crew going off and following this guy who is a legit troll hunter, and people were like, trolls don't exist. Well, fuck you. Here we go. The effects weren't great for being a found footage film. I thought they were damn good. And unless the American version is also going to take place in Scandinavia, I don't know how they're going to do it. Americans don't have a whole lot of troll history, unless you're just talking about the internet. But
By then we have a lot of history.
yeah. Oh my god, if they turn Troll Hunter into an online found footage film, that would be fucking fantastic. Like going around hunting trolls.
Oh,
Actually, that'd be
boy.
pretty. That'd be pretty
Alison
cool.
rolls her eyes.
Have you looked into the show Sleepy Hollow?
I haven't, but I've seen the trailer where they show the other three horsemen.
So the first episode, they allude to they don't allude. They say that the headless horseman is the horseman of death, and that
Okay.
during the Revolutionary War, the redcoats summoned the horseman of death to help them because they were losing, and then Ichabod Crane cut his head off, and there was a curse put on Crane so that if the horseman ever rose again, he would too.
That's pretty cool.
So
Interesting.
the first episode was really cool. Steve didn't like it. I thought the first episode was amazing. The second episode was terrible. Absolute phooey horseshit. Terrible. It ended. I looked at Steve and I was like, this shit gets one more episode because that was horseshit. Terrible.
Nice.
It went from Ichabod Crane not knowing what the hell was going on, being introduced 200 years in the future, in his future, not ours,
Yeah.
not knowing anything, to all of a sudden something's happening and he's like, I remember when this happened in the Revolutionary War. I know what to do. And I'm like, what? Shut up.
Plot hole.
Go back to the fucking horseman shit, make it a 5-episode miniseries, and get the fuck off my Steve's television. Get the fuck off the television.
Nice. We're going to move on because I feel like we're losing Allison's interest.
Well, Allison's just stopped playing
I
with
don't
snakes
watch a
all the
lot
time
of these shows.
and watch television more.
Because I don't really watch a lot of TV, guys.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's
I've
alright.
seen my show.
Moving on
I
again.
watched my one show. a
Another
week
little bit
already.
of
It's not
TV,
all yet.
a little bit of more TV news. And Paul and I were talking about this before you guys arrived, but
Gordon!
yeah, Gordon. Sorry, Fox is now planning a Batman-inspired series called Gotham, and Gotham City is coming to the small screen. Deadline is reporting that Fox has made a serious commitment to Gotham, a new live-action show that will follow the adventures of a young detective, James Gordon. The series hails from The Mentalist creator Bureau Heller. While Gordon's adventures may make use of familiar Batman villains, the Dark Knight himself is not planned to be a part of the series. So
It's gonna suck.
Why do you say that?
Have you ever seen Batman Year One?
You've been talking about this forever, and I haven't seen
It's
it. now.
crap.
Because it's all focused on Gordon,
It's
right?
all focused on Gordon. It's a cop show. If you want to do a cop show, watch fucking Law and Order.
Dude, I did start to get into NCIS.
Is that the one with the goth chick?
Yes.
I hate that one because of the goth chick. I can't take her
What's wrong with
serious.
goth chicks?
I like her.
They don't belong in police.
It's Abby. She's fun.
Atrocious. If you
I
want a
like
serious job and you want to be taken seriously, dress like an adult.
I agree with that, but I don't find anything wrong with goth chicks.
Not in public, but when
She's
you're
not
at work.
in public.
Exactly.
She's in work.
When you're at work, you dress appropriately.
I agree with that to an extent. If I went into work dressed goth or emo, they'd throw me out of fucking work. They wouldn't let me in.
If you
I
came
think-
here to your home,
You throw
just
me
goth
out.
or emo, I would throw you out. I don't even live here. I would come over and I'd say my dark side powers were tingling. Get the
Interesting.
fuck out of your house right now.
Now, what would happen if you showed up to work like that, Allison?
Like that?
Yeah.
Probably get a lot of look from all the guys.
I'm
My boss would be like, "Are you okay?" Yeah, it's just trying something new.
very self-loathing today.
We can wear whatever we want.
Listening to my favorite song, Stabby Heart, Stabby Stab.
Stabby, stabby, stabby.
Listen to my favorite heart, drown myself in my own tears.
It's like the old joke, how many emos does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Uh,
None, they just sit in the dark and cry about it.
how many sayings does it take to change a light bulb, Mike?
How many?
1. It just takes 7 episodes.
Of course. Nice. But I'll watch it. I'll give it a shot. I don't know. I mean,
Oh, right, Gordon.
yeah, Gordon and Goblin.
Yes.
It'll be interesting. I would like to see what villains come into play and how they will not involve Batman at all. That's interesting, but
Well, Bruce wasn't Batman while Gordon was a detective.
true, very true. So it'll be early stuff. If they bring in some small time villains, like if they throw in Zaz, because Zaz doesn't have anything,
Zaz or Napier.
that would be cool.
If they had, for those of you who don't know, Jack Napier is the Joker.
Well,
Pre-Joker.
if they've seen the first Batman, they know.
If
that,
they've seen
yeah.
the first Batman, right?
Yeah.
What was his name in the comics? Because it's not Jack Napier.
No. God,
They could pull in a couple Red Hoods.
they could. Oh my God, I'm trying to think of the Killing Joke. I just read it the other day. Do they mention it in Killing Joke?
I think he says his name.
Yeah,
Because when he was a comedian.
yeah. I can't recall.
Well, if I had Wi-Fi, I could look it up for you.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
do you want to use my LTE and my 3% battery?
No, it's okay.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I'll let you all.
I don't have Wi-Fi.
That's the consequence for not having
Right.
Wi-Fi.
There's one last news story I'm going to talk about before we get into the trailers, and I just brought this up because I know soon Allison and I and Steve and Jess are going to start talking about going to another like Frightland because we usually go to one every year, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll bring
And-
Karen this year because she's thrilled at haunted houses.
Steve wants
Really?
to go to a
No, she's
one.
We'll put her in front since you guys always put me in front. And I'm always like, there's a person in front of me. Oh, I just groped that person.
Oh my God, I remember that. We went to Frightland and she totally groped someone in the attic.
Oh, I did. I was like, guys, there's somebody in front of me. They're like, keep moving. And I reached my hand out. I'm like, oh, I just groped that person really bad.
Like the actor or
Yeah,
The actor.
the actor.
It was in the attic, but it was really dark.
Yeah, the attic's pretty
And
much pitch
so, like,
black.
you're feeling
yeah.
against the walls to feel, is it a wall or is it a space I can walk through?
is this a wall or is it a snake?
And it
Oh, no,
was
it's a basilisk.
lumpy space.
Is it a basilisk? Close your eyes, close your eyes.
That's not a basilisk. Like,
Oh my dear.
I'm going to hell for that one. But I bring this story up because you ever heard of Shocktoberfest up in PA?
No.
Okay. Well, it's another one that's up in Pennsylvania. It's actually in Sinking Springs, Pennsylvania.
Isn't that by Dorney Park?
I think so. It's a little bit further up there, a little bit past Allentown, I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I
But
think there's.
anyway, they are now introducing what they are calling the Nude Haunted House.
Yes, I saw that.
Okay, here's the story.
What?
Located in
Fantastic.
Sinking Spring,
We should all
Pennsylvania,
do it.
Shocktoberfest is a haunted scream park that's been running for 22 years now and has scooped up all sorts of awards, including being deemed #1 must-see haunted attraction in 2009. Rather than just being one haunted attraction, they have a full one with 3 individual attractions, 2 very special editions, and 1 pending for 2013. One of the new additions, they're taking something away from you, not your friends, but your clothes. Dubbed the Naked and Scare Challenge, the idea is that the haunted experience is to take you out of your comfort zone as much as possible by making you walk through the attraction completely nude.
Nope.
You can pay $20 to strip naked in a holding area, then enter the pitch black building without even the comfort of your own clothing. If being buck naked is a little too hardcore for you, you can take the park up on what they call their prude option, which gives you the same experience, only you're allowed to keep your underwear on. All those who are taking part in the Naked and Scared Challenge must be 18 years or older and are required to sign a waiver before entering. Shocktoberfest's website promises that no one who is clothed will be able to see you nude, and they also mention that no sexual misconduct will be tolerated.
How will they know if it's pitch black?
Exactly.
So I'm like, I'm gonna go in there
feeling
and
the
fuck.
walls and groping whatever moves.
That's exactly. I'm thinking it's probably going to be like the attic, where it's going to be pitch black. There might be two
I
or
go
three
to bars where they say that, and they're like, "You're allowed to strip a little bit downstairs, but no sex." Okay.
I just don't know how this is logistically going to work. I mean, if they have actors in this thing,
They probably don't have actors. They probably just have you walking through.
a blank room or building, there's going to be
building,
no
yeah.
one in there.
Yeah.
Which,
Go in with like a couple of your
Except
friends
all
and just start
your
kissing
friends who are
somebody.
behind you and in front of you.
I would imagine,
Naked.
and I was discussing this with a couple of my friends at work, and I said to
This
this,
is a
okay.
terrible idea.
Oh, it is an awful idea, because I'm just thinking, okay, you have to be really, really comfortable around the people you're going in with.
I mean, it's not even, like-
Unless you just go in with your significant other, you know?
I mean, it's not like anybody can
How do
see
you get your stuff at the end?
Now, I talked about that. I think the entrance is also the exit, so they put you right back where you started.
So
But you
how
see
do
everybody else naked before you
find
go
your
in.
Exactly.
clothes?
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah. I mean, that's just it. So you have to see everyone you're going in with naked before you actually go in.
I got
And once
no
you
problem
come
with-
out, you still see each other naked.
Hey, Robin.
I got no problem with that. Want to
I
go?
mean, yeah, it's ready to go.
God.
Let's do this right now. I guess
I don't think it's open right now.
When's it open?
It opens, I believe, the first week in October.
All right, cool. I'll call out.
Fantastic.
I got you. I'll cover you.
So, I just don't know. I mean, look, I'm comfortable around you guys, but I mean, I know Robin's already seen me naked,
Wait,
but that's another story.
what have I done in all of our friendship? What have I done to make you comfortable?
Fair enough.
I'm almost offended by that.
Maybe
I
he's
just- I
telling
don't
you
know.
something, Paul.
I just don't know if I
Yeah.
could do that. And like Paul said, what's to stop people from going in there and just like, groping each other? You
I'm
know?
gonna grope everyone. I don't even care. I'll go over there. I'll feel up Allison's boobs. I don't even care. And then we'll leave, and I'm like, Allison, do you like that? And she'll be like, what are you talking about? Did I like what? And Mike will be like, somebody was touching my boobs.
Thank you. Start playing Who's in My Mouth.
I was so good at that game. I'll say to Steve, Allison's boobs are really hairy, and Mike will say to Kim, I'm really uncomfortable. We're not doing that ever again. I don't know what happened, but you really shouldn't touch me like that in public.
Well, I actually talked about that with Kim earlier. She was
Why
just
is
like,
he-
no, and no.
Yeah.
Wait. So she'll let you like DJ Diddles her in line.
Oh
in
my
the movie's
God.
10, but she won't let you do it nude.
I
in a pitch
did
black
not
room.
diddle her. For the love of God.
Apparently, Paul.
So as long as she has her pants on, you can do whatever you want to her
Oh my God.
in public. But in pitch black, if she's technically in public,
Okay, let's set up a scenario here. Allison, would you go in with other women? Let's say no men went in there. Would you just go in with other women?
I don't like my privacy.
Okay. I know Paul would be comfortable no matter
I was
who
gonna
went
say,
in there.
by all means, ask me.
Paul,
Paul, would you go in there with other men that you've never met and that you
I
don't
wouldn't be able
know,
to finish a
completely naked?
Paul, would
Of
you?
course I
Yes.
would. Of course I would.
I don't know how I
We'd
feel about
leave.
it.
Everybody would be like, "There's something in my butt." It's a business card.
Oh.
Who is Paco Vaughn? Call me.
Robin, thoughts? Would you take Karen into that?
I don't think I would take Karen. I'd be fine.
You'd be fine.
Steve,
Would you
let
make
me-
Karen do the prude option? You wouldn't let her go naked?
She wouldn't go anyways because it's a haunted house.
Oh,
No
well,
haunted houses for Miss Karen.
but
No.
you said we're taking her, aren't you?
Oh yeah, we're taking her.
Okay,
She's
but
She
gonna
so
be-
doesn't. She doesn't
she's gonna be-
know.
I'm about to say we're gonna drag her. Well,
This is
hold
gonna
on.
be like borderline like kidnapping.
Okay, so wait, we can't.
We're all going out to hang
The
out.
cop is
Exactly.
planning to kidnap his girlfriend. No,
But in a
this
nice-
sounds like a terrible idea.
in a nice way.
in a nice
Hey,
way.
hey, I'm paying for an admission.
Yeah,
when my
we're gonna
friend
take you to a nice show, Karen.
we're taking you to a nice show.
That's how you got to pitch it.
Yeah.
We're taking you to a show, Karen.
When my friend that I used to work with years and years ago, when he turned 18, a friend and I wanted to tie him up and put him in the trunk willingly. Like he was actually down with this idea, and then we were gonna wait until like we were just gonna drive around just all night until a cop like parked behind us like at a red light, and they were gonna pop the trunk and have him get out and close the trunk and then get into the back seat.
Wow.
I was like, how about that? She's like, we're gonna get in so much trouble.
Awful idea.
Awful idea.
You know, Robin, it reminds me of and Alison, it reminds me of the time we put Bruce in the tuba case.
We only rolled him down the hallway. We were in a very controlled environment.
When we
And it
were
was a
seniors at
sousaphone.
Dickinson, when we were in band, there was a little
One
boy in
day
the trumpet
At
line.
band camp.
This one time at band camp, yes.
Time at band camp.
Was it during band camp or was it after
Yes.
band camp? It was during band camp. Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, band
I've been
camp
with-
story.
I've been with a couple band geeks.
Was it a tuba case or was it like
It's a
one of
Susie
those-
case.
It was a sousaphone
Oh,
case.
okay,
Yeah,
so it
yeah.
wasn't like a,
The
like a
yeah,
bass
the,
drum?
the bell.
So
for
it
the
wasn't a
sousaphone.
real instrument. It was a Dr. Seuss instrument.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
But
Sousaphone, that's what it said, right?
One of the
who's the
smaller trumpeters at the time, Bruce,
Small
very
does
very
not
small
even
kid.
start to describe. He
No.
was like 4.5 feet.
Yeah,
Ooh.
maybe
A
shorter than
ninth
that.
grader at 4.5 feet.
Yeah.
He was pint sized.
And-
Oh, please! I didn't hit 5 foot until my ninth grade year.
But we all were making bets that, oh, we could fit him into, this sousaphone bell case. And we're like, oh, no, he couldn't fit. But Bruce was like, oh, sure, put me in there. We're like, really? He's like,
So then
oh,
we
yeah.
put him in there.
So we put him in there. We
And then we
rolled
started
him down the
following him
hallway
around.
and stuck him in the next room. And Miss
No,
Cass
we
comes,
stuck him on the shelf too.
Yeah.
We put him away in the case.
Miss Cass was running in. What the hell are you doing?
What are you guys doing? Nothing.
Where's Bruce?
It's dark in here.
We're not hazing. No.
Shot me on my head.
What's that smell?
This mouthpiece is in the wrong place. It's very uncomfortable.
That's awful.
Next day, somebody goes to play it. This tastes weird.
All right, so getting into the trailers finally. There's one that we haven't talked about. It's been out for a while, but I
It's
wanted to
always
discuss
so
it.
abrupt. Like there's no segue into it.
There is never a segue.
He's just like, and we've dicked around too long.
We have dicked around too long. But getting into a trailer that we really should have talked about in the first one, but we just forgot about it. It's The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug.
Where does your journey end? You seek that which would bestow upon you the right to rule. The quest to reclaim a homeland and slay a dragon.
Yay! Can't wait. Can't wait.
I'm really excited for this movie. Can we talk about the things that I'm not excited for real quick?
Sure.
Here's what really grinds my gears.
Okay, Paul. Go ahead.
Legolas. That motherfucker wasn't in that book.
Agreed.
You need to get the fuck out of my movie.
Yeah, but
Your
they
time
wanted
has
to tie
passed.
it in.
Go away.
Well, Frodo wasn't in the first book.
They're trying to tie
No,
in.
I was okay with that because Bilbo was writing something.
He was writing the book.
Right. So I was okay with him just like passing through.
Okay.
Because it wasn't a character. He's like shooting shit. He's a main point of this trailer. Orlando Bloom's like, Peter, hey listen, my career went down the crapper. Can I be that elf guy again? People liked me as that elf guy because they weren't sure if I was a guy or not, and they liked it. I had this David Bowie thing going on, and they liked that. Can I do that again? Because I was really good at it. Pirates destroyed me.
Pirates did destroy his career.
Fucking useless.
Has he done anything outside Pirates recently?
Nope.
No,
No.
he did. Didn't he do like one movie outside of Pirates where he was like a love interest in something?
I
It was, like,
can't.
something
He
real.
did. Was it that
I don't fucking know.
that Tristan film? I forget what it was. Dude, the burping.
He's gassy.
Apparently.
Wolf.
Would
But-
you like a burp? Or
I
something
don't.
else?
I don't
burping.
recall anything else he's been in. Allison, do you recall anything? I don't recall. Well,
I don't know. Isn't he
I'm
gay?
trying to think.
He doesn't matter at all.
if he was in something, it was completely forgettable.
Because
so.
he sucks. Like he's a terrible actor. He's he's really not. He's not a terrible actor.
He's
just
not.
not
I just
what
think-
everybody makes him out to be.
I think he's just been very typecast in a lot of his roles.
He's got a specific persona for certain types of roles. Like
Agreed.
he can't be
Yeah,
exactly.
He couldn't be Thor. No, he is very specific roles that he fills. He can be good at that role, but he's not good at anything else.
Now he's good as Legolas.
Oh no,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna say he's not.
Oh no, he was fine as
He
Legolas.
was great. But I'd
I
be
did
just
think-
as annoyed as if I saw Viggo Mortensen hop up.
I'll
Or
say
the
this.
guy who played Gimli.
Yeah. John
I
Davies.
liked him and
Okay.
Gimli together. They
Oh,
were
they were
definitely
fan-
good.
Oh yeah.
Phenomenal.
No, here.
Oh, just the playing back and forth between
Well,
the two. Just a little
they-
banter. I'm like, I love it.
Yeah.
They do they have similar banter in the Avengers in some of the books and some of the animated features between Thor and Hulk. where they count their kills. And they're like, well, did you see that I did this? Yeah, well, I did that. Because it's this constant thing. It's like, who's stronger? I'm a
Nice.
god. Yeah, I'm the strongest there is. And he's like, I have a hammer. And he's like, fuck your hammer.
Nice.
I'm a Hulk.
I'm a Hulk.
I'm the fucking Hulk.
I'm a fucking Hulk.
But,
bitch.
as far as Orlando Bloom in the first films, I didn't like him so much in the second or third, but in the first one, there are some really good moments Legolas has. When they come out of the caves of Khazad-dûm, this is a guy who has never experienced death before. Like, Legolas has never seen someone die. And when he sees Gandalf die, the look on Orlando Bloom's face, I was like, that's perfect. That is the face of someone who's never experienced death
He's a
before.
good actor. He just doesn't belong in this movie.
Yeah, and it's a shame because he had such good moments in Lord of the Rings, but since then, like in Pirates of the Caribbean, he was generic as hell. I did not like that character.
You know who's great in Pirates of the Caribbean?
Who?
Johnny Depp.
Well, duh.
Just saying.
I thought you were going to say someone else, like Jeffrey Rush or something.
Who?
Barbosa.
Barbosa, yeah. Which, by the way, bringing him back for the third film was the biggest mistake they could have done. But
I thought he was. I liked the first three films. The fourth film confused me.
I
That
didn't mind the
list,
fourth one.
that list that I was reading through,
Uh-huh.
confirmed the fifth one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we talked about that.
We did.
Fifth Pirates?
Yeah.
Yep.
You were here when we talked about that.
Oh,
You were drunk.
God.
You were drunk.
I was
Or you were
probably-
tired. You were passing out or something.
Probably was asleep.
That's possible. But anyway, so
Fifth
about
Pirates.
The CGI for Smaug looks kind of beat.
well, they still have some time to improve it. It may have just been an early rendering. We don't know, but
And his head looked small.
his head did look small, but you don't know. It was a strange, shadowy shot. It may improve when we see the full dragon. It may look better. We don't know. Because I remember when we watched Fellowship of the Ring, when you first saw Gollum, you're like, oh, that does not look that good. But then when they showed him in the next film, you're like, oh, Gollum looks much better. It could improve. But thoughts on the trailer, Alison? You're looking forward to it?
Very, very much so.
Good.
Can't wait.
Hey, that's terrible language.
What?
Terrible.
What are you talking
You
about?
didn't say can't. Get your vowels right, Missy. I'll wash your mouse out with a snake.
Wow.
I mean, I still want to see it.
Oh no, I'm really looking forward to it. And these dwarves are so cool.
They do a good
And
job with
each one has their own specific motivations
Some
and
of
their
them are
own.
hot.
They're all quirky.
They're not just quirky, but I sympathize with them. There is a review I heard recently where they compared Gimli to the dwarvist version of blackface. Not in Fellowship of the Ring, but in the last two, he just becomes comic relief, where he's just drunk all the time, he's falling off shit. He's basically an embarrassment. But in this, you see dwarves who are... Now, don't get me wrong. Let me back up. I love Gimli. Don't get me wrong. I think that character is badass, because John Rhys-Davies pulls off that character greatly. But the things they make him do are embarrassing.
No. The look I'm giving you is I can relate with these characters because you're a dwarf who's had your homeland taken over by a dragon and all of your life saved and stolen.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, that totally makes sense. That explains why we're sitting in this shitty little fucking.
My
Is
little...
this shed? What is this?
This is a hobbit hole.
This is a hobbit hole. It's not clean enough to be a hobbit hole. It's not big enough to be a house. It's a little bit bigger, too big to be a shed, maybe.
It's a hobbit hole.
I didn't know the Shire had a Taco Bell.
That's a new addition.
Sit
They've been
install.
upgraded.
Yeah.
Chinese
They've
restaurant down the
been
road, too.
incorporated.
It used to be a Waffle House, now it's a Taco Bell.
It was a Waffle House? That was never a Waffle House.
No, the Waffle Houses
Why
are
am I
down
getting
south.
offended over a Waffle
I
House?
don't know.
The Waffle Houses are down south. There's
Yeah.
multiples.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know
All
there
these
is?
rednecks know how to eat.
I'm gonna sidetrack here for a second. There is a study that said you can track the poverty line to how many Waffle Houses you have in your area.
That makes sense.
That's kind of a shame.
Yo, I'll tell you what. The lower you get, the better breakfast gets.
I agree with
Not
that.
gonna lie.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if you're like, yo, where should we go for some really good breakfast? Let's go below the Mason-Dixon line.
Agreed.
Do you own flannel? You should probably put that on, just to be safe. No. Sleeves, no sleeves. Cut those off. No sleeves. I understand that it's 2 degrees out. No sleeves. It's okay. We're gonna go to the Waffle House down in Middletown. Okay. No, that's not below the Mason-Dixon line, is it?
No.
No. Fucking Smyrna. Go
No.
to Smyrna.
No.
That's
no.
not.
That's
Do you know
the
what
one
the
it-
Mason-Dixon line is?
I don't know what
Keep going.
Mason-Dixon is.
The Mason-Dixon line is the outline of Delaware. That is the Mason-Dixon line.
Oh, so it's outside of Delaware?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you go, Maryland
I thought
is the Mason-Dixon line.
I thought that below Sussex.
Below the canal.
No, that's
That's just below the
that's just
canal,
for
dude.
Delaware. That's just for slower lower.
Yeah. No, I
But
thought that was
The Mason-Dixon line is the border between Maryland and Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And then when it goes straight south, that's also the Mason-Dixon line. When it goes across Delaware. And then when it cuts back east, that's also the Mason-Dixon line.
Maryland does have fantastic breakfast.
They do.
Dude,
As-
there's
as a
this
state,
place
they
in
have pretty
Seaford. Fantastic breakfast. They serve breakfast all day, and you can get a huge breakfast for like $5.
You know what?
Huge.
Have you ever been? Go back up north. Boop 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 boop. 202 Lucky's, greatest breakfast in the entire world.
Where at?
Lucky's Diner.
Where's that?
I've never been to
Lucky's Diner on 202. Yo,
It is
it's a
pretty
diner.
good.
It closes at 9 o'clock. It's the shittiest fucking time, but they have the greatest, and their menu is hilarious.
Wait,
Read
is
their-
this little place that has like a lot of the weird glass?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I've been there. Yeah, it is
They've-
really good.
Awesome. And like, if you read the descriptions for some of their stuff, like they changed their menu, but it used to be like they would have each omelet and what it is, and then what the last one was like the ESP omelet. We know what you want, and we know what you'll pay for it. We're like, what?
Wow.
And then it's like the BLT. It's like, do you really need me to explain this to you?
That's great.
It's awesome, and their
That's
food's
great.
amazing.
I'll have to look into that. But anyway, so we digress.
I digress.
Desolation is Smaug. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'll see it.
I think that what they're doing with these main characters is damn good. And by the way, the guy you see talking in Lake Town, I think he's supposed to be Bard, the guy who ends up taking down Smaug, I think. By the way, spoilers. If you haven't read the book, go fucking read the book. But he looks like Orlando Bloom. Have you noticed that? He looks like Orlando
Yes.
Bloom with a beard.
Yeah, I noticed
Is that the guy with the arrow?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think his name's Bard.
But
But
like little magic arrow that always hits.
and he looks like Orlando Bloom with a beard. I'm like, wait, what?
It's one of those
Did
things
they
that it's
did they
like-
double cast him? What the hell happened? So moving on, the next one we have up is the Fifth Estate.
Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. But if you give him a mask, he will tell you the truth.
Two people and a secret. The beginning of all conspiracy.
More people and more secrets.
But if we could find one moral man, one whistleblower, someone willing to expose those secrets, that man could topple the most powerful and most repressive of regimes.
That looked awesome.
Doesn't it?
Holy shit! First off, Khan! Second,
No. He was Sherlock before he was Khan.
fuck Sherlock. No. Because Robert Downey Jr. did a way better job at Sherlock. I haven't actually seen this guy Sherlock, but Robert Downey Jr. did a baller Sherlock.
You know,
fuck you. And
I'm
your
gonna
Sherlock.
take-
This guy was better. This guy's better. I've seen both.
Yo, this looked awesome.
It looks really good.
I watched this and I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Now, do you know anything about WikiLeaks?
No.
You don't?
This
Okay.
is a real thing?
Yes.
Oh, WikiLeaks is a real thing. Yeah.
I don't actually know if I heard the name. In there.
Okay. For those of you who are listening to this, I'm sure you might know
Spoiler
a
alert.
bit about this guy. I can't pronounce his name. Assange, I think is how you pronounce his name. But he's the closest thing we'll ever get to a modern day Spider Jerusalem. He is really just about the truth no matter what. He doesn't care who he has to screw over. He doesn't care what government agencies get in his way. He says, I want to expose the truth. And I admire that. I think that is one of the greatest things you can aspire to in your life. Just saying, I want to tell the truth.
That's all I do. I don't get any recognition. He just calls me a douchebag. Paul, does this dress make me look fat? And I'm like, it makes you look like a cow. And he's like, you're so mean to me. But then if Spider Jerusalem told him, no, you look terrible, it makes you look like an entire house, he'd be like, thank you so much. I admire that.
Because Spider Jerusalem is the fucking man.
Paul, you're a douchebag. You said I look like a cow. Like, at least I'd eat a cow. I wouldn't eat a house.
Nice.
Unless there was lead paint.
Nice. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, I wanna see it.
Because this is a story that really needs to be told. Now, WikiLeaks has come out and said that they are not supporting this film. They said that Cumberbatch is actually giving a really good performance. They admire that. And they said his performance of Assange is actually dead on. But they're basically presenting it as them being the villains. They're really not taking a positive light towards WikiLeaks. Which, of course, they're not going to support it if that's the stance they're taking.
Hey, I mean, the truth is evil, dude. Just because the truth should be out doesn't make it a good thing.
But I think it should still be out.
I mean, I'm not.
That's my defense. If the truth is that bad, then fuck it. Just burn the world. I don't care. If the truth
Burn
is...
the world when my grandkids are around, because I kind of like my AC.
I'm just saying, if the truth is that bad, then why did you even start to begin with? Like, if there is something you're hiding that is so insidious that if it were to ever get out, it would just break the planet apart, then go fuck yourself. That's my whole thought. I mean, for example, at the beginning of this trailer...
but breaking the planet apart for the sake of people knowing isn't a good excuse. That's like, and not to put this on a depressing note, but when my sister was dying of cancer, we didn't tell her she was dying of cancer. We kept that from her because it would have upset her to know that she wasn't going to be
now.
alive.
There's one
Hold
thing.
Hold on.
Okay.
But then, like, a friend of mine asked me. He was like, "Well, does she know?" And I said, "No." And he got mad at me. And he was like, "Well, you're keeping it from her." Now, I'm not for the government keeping information from us. But I feel like at this point, there are certain truths that if they got out would cause too much damage. Fix it first and then tell us.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like with your sister, not to harp on that, but
No, that's all right.
you know, some like kind of like with my grandma, like you know, she doesn't have much time to live, but with that little bit of time, you want her to be happy. You want her to enjoy how life should be. Nice, happy, and as relaxed as possible. Knowing that some truths can come out and people can't handle it like we can. There's some things that that we can hear and be like, oh crap, this is gonna suck, but we're gonna be able to handle it. There's some people that don't have that mental capacity and they're just gonna freak out.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, there really is something to say, but ignorance is bliss.
Yeah,
I mean,
but remember, Paul, a person is smart. A
People
crowd
are dumb,
people are
panicky
dumb.
animals.
yes.
Correct.
Thank you, Tommy Lee Jones.
Where now it goes back to the I'm Schmacked incident.
Yeah.
Now, if that one single student would be like, those people are stupid, but you have 20 other students that get drunk and be like, oh,
We're gonna be on film. Woo!
Now, you know me. I am one of the most cynical, in-your-face, will tell you like it is people.
Yeah.
But there are certain truths that if somebody asked me, I would either tell them, you don't want this answer, or I would lie to them. And I don't lie.
Or maybe not lie, but just avoid the truth.
Avoid the truth.
You
I mean,
tiptoe around it.
Yeah. I am good enough at the English language that I can answer your question without you having any idea what I just said.
Okay, I'm hearing everything that you're saying here, and I'm not disagreeing with you.
You just want to watch the world burn.
Yes, I do. But let me give you an example. At the beginning of this trailer, you see an example of something that did happen. There was a leak from the U.S. government about this U.S. helicopter shooting a bunch of Iraqi citizens, most of whom were journalists. They were innocent. They were there covering a story, and this Apache helicopter thought they were terrorists, and they just lit them up. Should that be something that should be left behind? Because by exposing that truth, you're allowing the Iraqis to get, become more angry at the U.S. government, thus getting support for someone like Al-Qaeda or the Taliban, thus putting more Americans at risk. So is that a truth that shouldn't be exposed?
I think that is a truth that should be exposed.
Okay.
But I think that there are the journalists that want to get everything out for the sake of it being out is dangerous. It's anarchy. There are certain truths.
There's no filter.
Right. There are certain truths that shouldn't be out. And if you want to put them out, fix them first. If there have been mistakes that have been made that could cripple our entire country, fix the mistake first and then tell us.
Okay.
By the way,
Fair
this
enough.
happened.
I agree with that.
This is what we
Yes.
did to fix it.
Good. I agree with that to an extent. But what if that thing is not fixed? What if it takes them forever and they have no yearning to fix it? As a journalist, what do you then do?
If it's something that can cause more damage, then you leave it alone.
Well, do you go to the government and say, "Hey, I have this, fix your shit"?
I mean, you can, but
But then the government will just censor you and just say, give us back our material.
or they kill you.
They'll kill you. Yeah.
But I mean, if
Go be nice about it.
not always.
Not always.
Shoot you dead.
If what you're gonna say is gonna cause more damage than the secret, then you are not doing the country a service.
Okay, I agree with that to an extent. That's something they bring up in
You
this
agree
film.
with everything to an extent.
Yeah, but like in this film, they talk about that in the trailer. Like he's gonna expose, CIA secrets and how they gather intel overseas, and that would put Americans at risk. And so I agree with that to an extent. But at the same time, if these ways of getting secrets are infringing on people's rights, other citizens in other countries, should it not be exposed? See, I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying, but it's such a fine line either way that it's kind of hard to take a stance on
No,
it.
you're right. It is a fine line, and that does make it very difficult. Mm-hmm. I stand firm that if your actions are going to cause more harm than good, then they should not be done. I mean, the road to hell is paved with gold, they say, or paved with good intentions.
Yes,
I've been drinking.
There you go. The road to
you
hell
know,
is paved with good intentions. Yes.
You mean well, but if what you're going to put out there to fix the world, to show them the truth, is going to put the entire world at risk, put the entire country at risk, the people who deserve it.
For the greater good.
Right.
Yes.
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote.
But if it's going to cause that much damage, then you need to think about your actions and go, this actually isn't going to fix the issue.
Let's tie it back into something comic book related. Watchmen. Okay, if you haven't read The Watchmen, by the way, go out and read it. But
Exactly.
At the
so
end of
they
Watchmen,
tell a lie.
Yeah, for the greater good.
Right, because if it had got out, who had done it and how he had done it and why he had done it,
Then it would have torn the world apart.
it would have.
Yeah.
And instead, the end of that book brings the entire world together.
Yeah,
Which
but
was
that's just it.
obviously not right. But still.
And I agree, and that's the point of the end of that book. You're telling a lie in order to save the greater good. But that's my point. I side with Rorschach.
Okay, but at the same time, you could also say that this guy is Ozymandias, where he is setting off a giant bomb, whether it's the squid or the actual bomb,
Yeah.
because he feels it's for the greater good, whereas he has to take out an entire city to do so.
Yeah.
I mean, you see these shows that do these things, like Dark Angel had a character who did it, and now S.H.I.E.L.D. has a character who hacks into government secrets and lets them out. Well, why? I mean, if you can look at it and you can see why it's a secret, leave it alone.
Yeah.
If you're lying to me so that my head doesn't explode, please, by all means. I clean the walls enough.
That's what it just comes down to, your point of view. Like, I sided with Rorschach at the end of Watchmen because my whole thought was, if the world can't survive without a massive lie, then the world shouldn't keep going. Oh, God.
I'm awake.
She was falling asleep.
Paul is tickling Alison to wake her up.
Using the
Sorry,
maiden
we
biatch.
were boring Alison for a bit. Sorry about that. Long story short, we're going to see this. I really
Oh, yeah.
want to see this.
We're absolutely going to
Yes.
see this.
But moving on to a few films that I just wanted to include to have a good laugh with these trailers. First one being The Secret Life of Dorks.
No!
Let me teach you a few things about girls. Pay attention to things like her nail polish.
I love your nail polish.
I'm not wearing any.
The key is to stay focused and don't get distracted by their footballs, if you know what I mean.
Always tell hot girls they're smart and smart girls they're hot.
I would love to go out with you. : parenthesis.
I have a date.
With a girl?
Yes, with a girl.
We're a secret for a reason. No, I actually thought that
Exactly.
this
This
trailer was
looks
kinda
like
funny.
such shit.
No, I
Oh
thought this
my
looked funny as
God.
hell.
You know what I was thinking when I was watching this, how awkward it was to be like sitting in my room alone, just watching this guy thing, like talking to these parents.
Oh, and then he
Like-
grabs her tip.
And then
Oh,
he cops a feel. right after.
I'm not gonna feel her up.
No shit.
Oh shit.
But I can't help to think, but this is like a fusion of the character and story of Napoleon Dynamite and the character and story of Jesus Christ Superstar fused together to make this one.
It's the Napoleon Dynamite.
Wait a minute.
Jesus Christ
Wait,
Superstar.
is this Napoleon Dynamite come to save our sins? I don't understand your analogy here.
If
I never
if you
saw
get
Jesus Christ Superstar.
if you have enough sanity to actually go and see this movie, you come back and
Patience.
tell me if my
Okay.
rendition of
Okay,
this is
fair
true.
enough.
I think it looks kind of. It looks like a made-for-TV Juno.
It really does. This should have been made for TV. This does not look like it should be released in any theater. I understand it's an indie
kind of
film.
like Sharknado, right?
Kind of like Sharknado, yeah.
I love Sharknado.
But again, if it was direct to TV and it was, silly afternoon fun, I wouldn't mind that. But
Silly
this should not be
afternoon
released in
fun.
theaters. This looks like shit. And
Agreed.
oh my god, half of the dialogue in here, it's so contrived. It's so by the book,
And awkward.
and awkward.
Awkward.
So awkward.
Mike's mad because this movie told his story without his permission.
Long
Just a
story
little
short, this film looks like shit.
It does.
And
It looks
I
great.
will not be seeing this. It's so indie that it hurts. It really does. I can like indie films, like, something like Nick and Nora's or 500 Days of Summer.
Nick and Nora was awesome, and so was 500 Days of Summer.
Well, I didn't say I hated them, but those are pretty much indie. They are. And they're like, Nick and Nora's is pure indie. It really is.
It's amazing.
And I liked it.
The
But
world
something
isn't
like
ready for all that Jew fire.
something like this, I'm just like, I can't stand it. I'm sorry. Go away. But moving on from that, because it's getting close to Halloween, I'm going to start including some horror trailers, and the first one is Hellbenders.
Let me understand this. You live a life of sin to get possessed and then kill yourself and literally drag a demon back to hell.
Exactly.
You must be looking for every opportunity for sin.
I'm sinning all the time. All I do is sin.
When's the last time you cheated on your wife?
11 months ago. Boy, I had to pay for that one.
Now, Hellbenders looks
dumb as shit.
It looks dumb as shit, but I want to see it.
I want to fucking see it.
I
think it looks
like
awesome.
The Breakfast Club, wasn't it?
Breakfast Club.
What?
It wasn't. All right, I watched a lot of trailers. There's this trailer that it was like this school.
No.
No, wrong trailer.
All right, so
that was the one we just talked about. No, Hellbenders is about these priests
who go out and sing.
Okay, those guys, right.
They're willing to destroy demons at all costs, even if it's to attract them into their own souls and then kill themselves so they can take them back to hell, drag them back to hell.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And he's like, when's the last time you cheated on your wife? And he's like,
11
months ago. And I paid for that.
This looks really fun.
It actually does look pretty good.
It looks stupid. It looks like, the father cursing out people.
But it also looks kind of like, part of the reason it looks so funny is because they're not laughing.
Yeah.
Like, the characters are 100%
They're taking
serious.
it so seriously.
And like, when they're like, if you're in there for 5 minutes, I'll come in after you. If we're in there for more than 5 minutes, you burn this place to the ground. Like, they're so fucking serious.
They are. And it looks so fun. Like, some of these exorcisms look so over the top and cheesy, but that's the point. Like, everyone's going to be having fun with this except for the people in the film. And I kind of wish more films would go this way, because this isn't parody, but it's having fun with horror. Something like Drag Me to Hell, where Drag Me to Hell wasn't supposed to be funny, but you had a lot of fun with it.
I never saw Drag Me to Hell.
It was. I loved Drag Me to Hell. It wasn't meant to be funny. This is, Hellbenders looks like it's meant to be funny. It's supposed to be comedic horror, but Drag Me to Hell was kind of like that, except it made you laugh without it saying, "Okay, this is a funny moment."
Well, what was really funny was when I first saw the name, the second season of The Legend of Korra just started. So I'm like, Benders in my head is something very specific. And I'm like, what? They're bending demons? And then I watch it and I'm like, no, this is actually exactly how you would bend sin.
Yeah. Oh my god, how cool would it be to see, like...
a sin bender.
A sin bender. Holy shit.
You just look at somebody and you do some weird movements and all of a sudden they're like, I'm getting a fucking goat. and then I'm gonna eat it. You're like, oh, shit, I'm the Avatar.
Oh, what the fuck?
I can control all sins. Anti-Avatar.
But one more I want to get into. I know we brought this up a while back, because I mentioned to Alison and Kim about the Dracula remake that was coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch that trailer.
This is not it. This is something else called Dracula 3D.
The creature is not human. It's a vampire. They sometimes transform their victims. It gives them extreme power.
How can you defeat a monster like that?
There are ways.
I do not know what this is, but it looks like complete fucking shit.
That's good, because I forgot to watch that trailer.
Oh, well.
Don't worry.
You didn't miss much. This thing looks so wooden. It looks so contrite. Like, how does this have anything to do with Dracula? I will never know.
This isn't the one where he's like an anti-hero trying to protect his family?
No.
Okay.
No, we talked about that.
This one, he was like an owl.
Yeah, he's an owl.
I actually had to watch it.
He shapeshifts into an owl.
He was an owl. Or a hawk, an owly hawk or something like that.
The original vampire lore said that they could change into
he was a wolf at one
birds of the night, wolves, bats, and smoke.
Yes.
Mist.
Yeah, mist, yeah. If you look at the actually, what should I call it? Like the picture art, or like the picture that is for the trailer for this, it looks like a, how do I put this right. A special ed vampire. I'm sorry. The vampire in this, she has like one eye going one way, one eye going another, and she's just like, and she's showing her teeth. I'm like, why would you pick this image to show off your trailer? It looks so bad.
Because people will remember it.
Speaking of myth, I remember Kemper looking into werewolf myths, and some of the original werewolf mythologies stated that a werewolf urinating on something turned into stone.
Yes. I remember hearing that.
That's pretty cool.
I think they made fun of that in a recent film. I don't think it was Hotel Transylvania. It may have been something else.
It was actually R. Kelly's music video.
He
tried. But
he was a
It
werewolf.
just
it just didn't work.
Statue. What?
I mean, do you remember when we talked about this, that I had mentioned that there were so many bad Dracula films that them remaking it just didn't matter?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I was talking about.
Yeah, another one to add to the list.
Another one to add to the list of
have
bad
never
Dracula
been
films.
made.
I don't even know how this got greenlit. Like, who looked at this and said, "Oh yeah, this will do well"?
This is a good idea.
Yeah,
I still say that-
I don't get it. This must have just been independently funded by someone, and then some studio just said, "Oh well, fuck it, we'll pick it up." Like, who wanted this? Who asked for this?
I still say that one of my favorite Draculas is the one from Buffy, where he shows up and Buffy's like, "Oh my god, I have to fight Dracula," and Spike's like, "Oh my god, really? He's here?" And she's like, "Wait, what?" And he's like, "He's nothing special. He's just an old ass vampire with some fancy magic. That's it." She's like, "What?" And she like stakes him, and then he like comes back, and she's like, "Oh my god." And Spike's like, "Oh my god, he's so obnoxious." Like,
Nice.
all vampires hate Dracula because he's like a gypsy.
He's
Or
flashy.
something. Yeah, he's flashy and he's a gypsy. Like, he doesn't come back from the dead. He doesn't die. He evades death. Like, it's all like illusion or something.
Interesting.
He's like, oh, God, can he leave?
Now, if they played up something like that in this film, that would be cool. But this has nothing to do with the lore. I know Alison and I, we both love Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's one of our favorite films, right?
Is that the one with Keanu Reeves?
Yes.
The one you
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, the one you like.
Dude, there's so many. I'm like, is that the one? I always just know like people that are in it.
Yeah. Okay, Gary Oldman, Winona Ryder,
Yeah,
Keanu Reeves,
that
and
one,
Anthony
yeah.
Hopkins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my favorite Dracula.
I
I
just
think.
came all over your couch. I'm really sorry.
What? Have you seen this Dracula?
No, it's just
Okay, we need to watch this sometime then.
It's a really
casting-
good cast with it.
Now,
Just
here's the
everybody.
thing: Keanu Reeves isn't great in it.
Keanu Reeves isn't great in anything.
No,
the
but-
only role he was ever good in was Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure,
Yeah.
Burnout, and The Matrix because he needed to not have a personality.
Okay, and I would say a third, maybe Constantine.
I
like.
he did
liked
a really good job.
I liked Constantine.
And I heard he did a good job in The Scanner Darkly, but I didn't see it.
Scanner Darkly is a little odd, but no, he's good in that. Yeah. Now,
I hear that Robert Downey Jr. plays a substance abuser.
Yes.
That was really a really far-fetched
It
role for
really
him.
was. Yeah.
I mean, that he did so well at that apparently is
I
very
know.
impressive.
Now, Bram Stoker's Dracula is one of my favorite vampire films. Period. And again, Keanu Reeves
What?
is.
It ranks higher than your Twilight love?
Yo,
Oh yeah.
You're pretty hardcore on Twilight.
Oh, I am, aren't
Very.
I? God.
I mean, you've got such a strong opinion of Twilight.
But again, Keanu Reeves was a little wooden, but
bad.
every other performance in that film is spot on. Gary Oldman as Dracula couldn't have been better
Gary
casting.
Oldman's Dracula?
Yes. And he is so
God,
fucking
you gotta have to clean your
good.
couch, Mike.
Oh my god, Gary Oldman's one of my favorite actors.
Okay. Winona Ryder plays Mina, and Anthony Hopkins is Van Helsing.
All right.
And
Down with that.
it is so fucking cool. The effects for the time were great. There are moments in that film that I still get chills just because of the music and the way it just hits certain notes. I'm like, this pays such good homage to the original Bela Lugosi film. It's like, God, I love that fucking movie. And when I see something like this, it just makes me all the more pissed off because you can do so much with this material. And and by the way, Cary Elwes is in it too. He plays
I swear I'll buy you a couch. I love
he
Cary
plays the husband of one of the girls who's attacked by Dracula. But yeah, this is gonna be shit. Definitely dreading this one.
Oh yeah.
And whoever decided to greenlight this, whoever's behind this,
Oh, wait, are we supposed to say that after we review?
no, we don't have to. No.
Oh, yeah,
No,
we
we've
have
never
to say
done
nothing.
Ooh.
we've never done that. We've just said, fuck this, or we're gonna see it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
What?
But this can go burn in the fire pits of hell for all I care. This looks like
It
fucking
can
shit.
burn with the rest of the world with the truth.
Yes, agreed.
So this should be a secret that should be kept secret, right?
This should be kept secret.
No,
yes.
no, Mike. No.
This
It's
will
out
cause
so that the
riots.
world will burn. It's your fault, fucker.
I'm to blame for this film.
You're the reason Twilight exists.
It's because the truth was exposed.
Oh my God.
You're welcome.
I love that.
Because you only agreed to an extent.
And this is not the extent.
Fucker.
Fuck. Well, if there's nothing else, we're gonna close on that.
That's a good thing to close on.
Yeah. I
an
want to
extent.
thank.
Ragging on Mike.
I want to thank Confucius 2.0 for showing up.
Thank you.
I want
Thank
to
you for having
thank
me.
3-Star Sapphire for showing up.
Hey.
And I want to thank our superhuman aficionado for showing up.
As
well
always.
as Spag.
Yay.
Who didn't really say a whole lot.
No.
I gave him the mic this time. It
He
was,
did.
Yeah, he pulls it away.
That's all right.
I pull it in to talk
that
because
sounds
I
like
have
a
to have it.
Problem.
Close to your face.
Paco needs his microphone.
I do. I have to have my attention.
And barring
I'm what really
other,
matters.
barring any other issues with my internet, hopefully we'll get this podcast up soon.
By
but
next year.
By next year, yeah.
I can't believe we fucking recorded this one before the last one was even up.
Well, that's what happens.
You're a
It
useless
happens
son of a
sometimes.
bitch.
But we're
Tony, make sure that you get a
Hey,
discount for
Robin,
this
I have a
one.
question. Do you have Wi-Fi?
Yes.
Do you think that if Mike asked you nicely, he could like go over and upload everything at your house?
Sure.
Oh wow! I mean,
Otherwise, these will be on DVD already by the time they hear it.
That's true.
I know, right?
These will be on sale at Best Buy.
These will be
Fair
on the
enough.
In the
25th
bins, the
anniversary
$4.99
edition.
bins.
I'll get this up somehow. If I have to go over to Moe's and just use their Wi-Fi, I'll do it.
Inappropriate. There are two Mo's right here on your couch. God, you're rude.
God.
And good night.
Have a good night, guys, and take care.
Bye.